Doug Collins, the new head coach of the Chicago Bulls, fine player for 8 years for the Philadelphia 76ers.
He's got a new haircut, too.
People who cover the Bulls say he's doing a great job. Harper penetrates back out to Bagley. Hot Rod Williams dumps it inside, and it's turned over by the Cavaliers. Paxson, Michael Jordan open for the 15-footer. He has 4 points.
Did you notice the rotation? He hangs in there. He has time to play with that ball, get his fingers on the seam, and rotate it. He's just a pleasure to watch.
6-4 in favor of the Chicago Bulls. Jordan had 47 points Saturday night, and the Bulls win against Detroit. Brad Doherty saw him make that pass to Hot Rod Williams. Wayne Embry, the general manager here, was saying that's one of the things he does so well is pass that basketball.
Well, he always did have good hands.
Jordan from long range, 6 quick points. Chicago leads by 2. John Bagley was among the league leaders in assists last year. Hubbard dumps it into Doherty. He just turned 21 years of age in October.
Let's see if they're breaking.
Paxson on the lob, picked off by Ron Harper. He can sky.
He not only skied, he anticipated, which is more important.
Bagley is wide open. He ties the score at 8. 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Good-sized crowd here tonight to watch Michael Jordan and to watch this young Cleveland team that got off to a fine start. They won 8 of their first 19 games. Paxson on the scoop. Well done.
He did that with his left hand. It shows the fact that he can go both ways.
Harper from way out.
A lot of people thought he'd be too small, but he can really shoot that ball.
Charles Oakley is open. Sellers for the rebound. It's stripped away by Harper. Here comes Bagley with a lead pass to Phil Hubbard. And the Cavaliers tied at 10. Harper nearly had a steal. The crowd really loves Harper. He runs all over the floor, dives at the press table, going for loose balls, and really plays with a lot of enthusiasm.
Yes,
he's a big crowd favorite.
He's very active. If you notice, his arms are very long, and he's a good size. He's about as big as Michael Jordan.
Speaking of Michael Jordan, an air ball. Puritan scores on the follow.
I can't figure this game out. It seems they're playing hard, but there are too many easy baskets right now.
Doherty posting up on Sellers. Paxson reaches in and commits the foul.
Well, when Paxson came into the league, a lot of people thought he was too small. He couldn't do enough. And now he worked his way into the starting lineup because he's a fine outside shooter, but more than that, he plays with a lot of intensity.
His older brother Jim plays for the Portland Trailblazers, and their father once played in the NBA with the old Lakers and the Royals. Do you remember their dad, Red?
That was a play. That was a play. That's when you talk about dribbling with your head up. He saw that open man.
Bagley with the entry pass to Hubbard, and he was fouled by Sellers. We've got a timeout with 6:51 remaining in the first quarter. The Bulls lead the Cavaliers 12-10. The rating. And we've compared Michael Jordan and Ron Harper. As you see, Jordan, who averages 37+ a game to lead the league, and Harper at 21.8. There's a big difference in the efficiency rating, and that's largely because Harper shoots around 40%, and he's also committed a lot of turnovers.
Well, he's a young player, and he's going to do that. I don't get overly excited about the efficiency ratings, as everybody knows. But, you know, people, I guess, like to see that, but I don't. It doesn't faze me a bit.
Well, you might be interested to know, Red, that the player in the NBA with the highest efficiency rating this year is Boston's Kevin McHale, who has a efficiency rating of 32. By comparison, Moses Malone of the Washington Bullets had an efficiency rating of 26. Magic Johnson, an efficiency rating of 20.
I don't care what you call Magic Johnson's efficiency rating. I'd still like to have him.
Score tied 12 apiece here at the Richfield Coliseum with 6:45 remaining in the first quarter. Michael Jordan picked up by Doherty on a switch. They got caught in the switch, but Jordan couldn't convert it. John Bagley, who handles the ball so well in traffic. Doherty. Hot Rod Williams.
You know what Cleveland is doing? I thought they would double team Jordan more, but they're not. They're conceding that outside shot and then hitting the board strong and giving them one shot and getting the rebound.
Gene Banks is in the game now for Earl Curidan for Chicago. Banks recently returned to action after breaking a foot earlier this year. He's guarding Phil Hubbard, who's also out of action for 12 games. Paxson with a steal to Banks. Waiting for help, decides to put it up. No one there to rebound.
I don't know about that play, but
John Bagley. Follow shot by Hubbard is missed, and the rookie Sellers takes it down. Brad Sellers was suspended for 4 days for missing a flight, but since returning, he's played great. Last week in his first start against Detroit, he had 27 points and 12 rebounds, both career highs. Ball slapped away by Harper. 6 seconds on the shot clock for the Chicago Bulls.
I think the intensity of this game is going to get stronger. They act out there like they're two fighters fighting in the first round, feeling each other out.
Oakley connects from the outside.
Well, that's what we were talking about, Mel, that he worked on that outside shot where it's very acceptable right now, and it sure gives another added dimension to his game.
Phil Hubbard, former All-American in Michigan. Doherty, and Paxson knocks it away. No foul called. Bagley with a 20-footer. Hubbard. A lot of second chances for the Cavaliers, and Phil Hubbard is fouled by Brad Sellers.
Well, you look at that play. What he did, he turned his back to the basket and just threw it up, hoping to draw a foul.
Sellers committing his second foul. Dave Corzine, a veteran from DePaul, checks in for Chicago, replacing Sellers.
In my opinion, he's a very underrated player. He shoots extremely well. He's a position player. He rebounds through position. He holds guys out. He uses his body well. He's what you call an ideal backup, and the only reason he doesn't start is because he has a tendency to foul. And if he plays those early minutes, he might get during crunch time near the end in foul trouble, and he hurt you.
Score tied 14 apiece with 4:45 remaining in the first quarter. Paxson and Corzine, along with Banks, all former San Antonio Spurs. This is Corzine, as Red said, he has an excellent outside shot. And a foul off the ball. There's Lenny Wilkins, who played here in Cleveland in the early 70s. Coached at Seattle for years and with Portland. And he and Wayne Embry are old friends. And Wayne said that when he took this job, he and Lenny had some conversations that he felt great job
they
by
gave
Paxson.
the basket.
Yeah. It counts.
See, that's what you call a veteran. As soon as he started to hear that whistle, he threw that ball out. And that's the thing you've got to do. Anytime you hear a whistle, throw that ball up in the air.
Foul is on John Bagley. Paxson unable to convert the three-point play. Bagley saves it right to Paxson. And the easy basket by Charles Oakley. Chicago leads by 4. But Red, I was talking about Lenny Wilkins, and Wayne Embry said he sensed that even though Lenny had some down years in Seattle and had been kind of kicked into the front office, he sensed that he still had that competitive fire and felt that he'd be good with a young club like this.
Well, Lenny is a worker, and he's a teacher. And he's also highly competitive. And he'd be good.
Turnover by Cleveland. Bagley's arguing that one of the Bulls touched it last.
I think he had a point there. But it's something you can't see on a replay anyway.
18,
I'll tell you what's
14,
very
Chicago.
surprising is Paxson's got his hands on the ball an awful lot, and Jordan is resting every once in a while.
Jordan trying to post up on Harper. Can't get it into him. Oakley again from the outside, and Harper runs it down.
That was a time shot. The clock was running out.
Tough pass to make. And
See, there's a rookie mistake. When you throw a bounce pass on the move, it's the most difficult pass to make. There's Lenny Wilkins.
Mark West in the game now for Cleveland. 3-year veteran from Old Dominion, who was a great shot blocker in college, originally drafted by Dallas. Jordan against Harper off a screen by Corzine. And looked like Corzine went over the top of someone to commit the foul.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. If he starts the ball game, he gets in foul trouble too early.
Sedell Threet, recently acquired from the Philadelphia 76ers, is in for Chicago. They sent guard Steve Coulter to Philadelphia in that deal.
Now, what I was saying before, if you're coming down on the break, a lot of coaches teach a bounce pass, and I say that that is the hardest pass to make when you're on the move at full speed, because even if you make the pass good, it's hard to get it up to hip level. See, it usually is too low. And that's why so many of them go out of bounds.
Brad Daugherty misses the first of 2 free throws. He's made almost 71% of his free throws this year. Missed them both. Brad missed the Cavaliers last game with back spasms. He's still not at full strength.
There had to be something wrong. He doesn't seem to have good movement.
Gene Banks from the corner. Daugherty with a rebound, clears it out to Harper, who's very tough in the open court. Nice move by Harper.
That was a nice play. He used his height.
Ron Harper has 4 points, and Chicago's lead has got to 2. Just missed. Harper again. Trying to go cross court to Bagley, and he shakes free for the baseline jumper. Hubbard pushed off, and Hugh Holland spotted it. And now we've got a timeout with 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter here at the Richfield Coliseum. The Chicago Bulls lead the Cleveland Cavaliers 18-16. Opportunities only 4 points, and the Cavaliers with 6 fast break chances and only 4 points for them.
Well, they're not really breaking. They're getting down, but they're not breaking. I tell you, this Harper is really doing a job on Jordan, but Jordan will break loose.
And Jordan connects. Michael Jordan has 8 points. He's averaging 37.5 a game to lead the NBA. Finished third in scoring his rookie year, then was out most of last year after breaking the bone in his foot. Played in only 18 games last season.
10 seconds.
10 seconds remaining on the shot clock for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
That Harper's got a good body, too. See, he looks a little thin, but he's not really thin.
Bagley with 4 on the shot clock forces it out. And a loose ball foul on Phil Hubbard of Cleveland. Second foul on Hubbard and the 4th team foul.
When a guy makes a over-the-back foul, going for the ball legitimately, as a coach, I never would get mad at him. Rather than concede the rebound, at least he's trying. He's making an effort to get on those offensive boards.
Ben Poquette, number 50, and rookie guard Mark Price, number 25, are in the game now for Cleveland. Price is getting more and more playing time. And Sedell Threet burns it.
You can't play, you know, he's not in college now. You can't play those guys straight up that close.
Daugherty's pass for Harper picked off by Sedell Threet. Michael Jordan over Daugherty. Missed the slam. Harper's open at the other end, and he'll dunk it. He reverses it.
4-point swing. 4-point swing.
Corzine with the open jump shot. The pace is picking up now as Chicago leads by 6. And Cleveland will call a timeout. Ron Harper chatting with official Hugh Hollins. Talk about Harper and Michael Jordan. Harper actually idolizes Michael Jordan.
Well, they don't act like it out there. He's got his hands all over Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan has his hands all over Ron Harper. I think Ron Harper is trying to prove something, and you can't blame him because he's a multi-talented young man, and he wants to show not exactly that he's as good as Michael Jordan, but that he belongs in the same court, and he could do a lot of great things. And he's shown it. He's got a lot of talent. He can run the court. But speaking of running the court, I can't understand why there are no fast break opportunities. For some reason, either both teams are scared of each other, or there's a fast break, and he's got a sure dunk, and he blew it. But actually, when you're coming down on that fast break, the other team seems to be back all the time. I don't know why. That's the 4-point swing we were talking about. Sometimes, you know, you can't get fancy. It's like I always said many, many times, the ball clubs over the years, no pass is a good pass unless somebody catches it. So therefore, if you're going in for a basket, do it the easy way. Don't do it the fancy way. Sometimes you got to dunk it because it's the thing to do, because you got to get over the guy. But when you're going down by yourself when nobody's near you, just put it in. You know, you don't have to tear the house down because sometimes it pops out, and that's what happens.
We have 1:15 remaining in the first quarter. Chicago leading 24-18. Michael Jordan gets a breather. Elston Turner replaces him, the ex-Denver Nugget and Dallas Maverick, who's a fine defensive player. Not really an offensive threat, but he can play some defense, and he's guarding Ron Harper. Harper dumps it inside to Mark West, who was not expecting that pass.
That's what I was talking about just a minute ago. Now, that looked like a great pass. But it's not a great pass because the guy didn't catch it. Therefore, it's the fault of the guy who threw it because the guy did not expect the pass.
Sedale Freed runs Mark Price into a crunching pick by Dave Corzine, but misses the jumper. Running into Corzine is like running into the side of a mountain.
See, they're not really breaking. They're coming down very slow.
Mark West just backs his man down and scores. That's surprising with Cleveland's quickness, too, isn't it? They aren't running more.
I can't understand it. Now, that play there, I was surprised Oakley just let him fake him right out. Now he wants to get even. He wants to get even.
Oakley against West, and he's called for travel.
He wanted to get that back, and that's very frustrating. He'll try not to get caught again.
Mark Price in the backcourt now, the second leading scorer in Georgia Tech's history. His father at one time was an assistant coach for the Phoenix Suns. Denny Price, he played at Oklahoma State. Ben Poquette, the well-traveled forward. Harper off Poquette's screen. Doherty was
he got away with a push, didn't he?
Sure did. Corzine blocks Poquette's shot. The battle of non-leapers. Those two are about 2 inches off the floor each.
He jumps like Manute Bol.
Look like a couple of lumberjacks going head-to-head. Doherty muscles it up.
That's his first basket.
Chicago's lead is cut to 2. Elston Turner. Whoa! Just with 1 second left, able to get it off, and that'll bring the first quarter to an end. The end of the first period from Richfield, Ohio. It's the Chicago Bulls 26 and the Cleveland Cavaliers 22.
Guard position. They play off guard, let the other kids get tired out handling the ball.
The first quarter stands. Chicago shooting 50%, Cleveland 38%. Shooting has been a problem for them. They've shot 40% or below in each of their last 2 games, which they've lost both of.
Well, a lot of that has to do with the selection of shots.
Earl Curran is back in the game for Chicago at forward. This is Mel Turpin, former #1 pick out of Kentucky.
Oh, he's got good hands, too. Mel Turpin's got good hands.
Mark Price goes inside and feeds Poquette, who misses the chip shot. Rebound to Corzine.
It just goes to show you, he's a great shooter. Here's the first break. First fast break that we've really seen tonight.
Earl Curran puts the Bulls up by 6. Rookie Johnny Newman is in the game now for Cleveland. Mark West on the slam. And Earl Curran was trying to get out of the way. He thought West should have been called for an offensive foul.
All he's trying to do there is rationalize why the guy did it. He should have never let him get that kind of position.
And Hugh Hollins calls the foul.
Foul is on number 54, Mel Turpin. That's his first.
I don't know whether we're aware of all this, but both teams have their second ball clubs in there now.
Right. A lot of substitutions. Street goes out to Curran. Way off the mark. Rebound to Poquette. The Cavaliers have Mark Price, Poquette, Turpin, West, and Johnny Newman out of the University of Richmond in the game. Turpin, a good outside shooter.
Good hands. What we were talking about, he's got good hands.
Looks like he's in pretty good shape, Red. He's had a weight problem in his brief career.
Sure has. Used to be a ton.
2-point lead for the Bulls. Gene Banks on the dish off to Elston Turner. Sedale Treat. Puritan with the offensive rebound. And Corzine against Turpin.
Looks like the old throw out there.
Gene Banks lays it in.
He's a hard worker. I guess people start to wonder, what do I mean when I keep saying a hard worker? A hard worker is a guy who plays with a lot of intensity all the time for as long as he's in there. He doesn't loaf out there.
Chicago leads by 4. West goes inside again. Corzine's doing a good job on the boards for the Bulls. 3 to head to Banks. Puritan over the smaller Price. He didn't take advantage of it, though. They had the mismatch, but Puritan didn't take it to Mark Price for some reason.
He had a pretty good shot. But he couldn't make up his mind whether to bank it or put it straight in. He blew it.
Turpin wastes no time putting it up. He's got a great touch from the outside. It's what he does best.
You know, it's funny. You see a guy that big playing outside, shooting. You ought to, you know, he should be out there knocking heads.
Big as he is.
That's right. But every once in a while, they got a good hands, good touch. He's tough. He's tough.
Corzine on the fall away.
He wants to get back at it.
A 32-28 lead. Michael Jordan and Ron Harper, 2 leading scorers for these teams, both on the bench right now. Ball slapped away by Puritan. Sedale Treat has it. A 3-on-2 situation. Treat tries to take it himself. Banks scores on the follow.
Now, Cleveland made a big mistake that time. Not only because Mark Price telegraphed the pass, but they didn't hustle back on defense. That's what gets you mad.
Mark West is whistled for an offensive foul.
You know, if you make a mistake, you know, don't stand there and look at it. That's the time you really got to get back out there and atone for it.
Brad Sellers is back in the game, Red, for Chicago, and they've been using him. He's a 7-footer. They've been using him as what they call a point forward in recent games. He'll bring the ball up the floor sometimes. 7-foot point forward.
I like him. I happen to like him.
Poquette blocks his shot. Corzine saves it.
That's just a veteran block.
Treat turns it over. Turner trying to catch Mark Price. Oh, what a shot by Price. Then he got fouled.
Good play. Now, you see, when they made that play, Doug Collins knew the play was over. He grabbed hold of Sedale Treat because he had something to tell him. There's the play there. He got fouled, and he got fouled as he threw it up. It's a 3-point potential play. But I like what Doug Collins did. He didn't belabor that play. He went after the player to make sure he don't make another mistake.
Hot Rod Williams, number 18, is back in the game for Cleveland, and John Paxson replaces Sedale Treat at guard for the Bulls. Mark Price is an excellent free throw shooter.
I knew that was.
Yeah, it always works. Never fails. He also likes to shoot 3-pointers.
Well, he wants to stay there, and he gets it inside.
Hot Rod Williams can't get the roll. Turpin. Poquette really made that play. He just cleared out a couple of bodies so Turpin could get the rebound. 2-point lead for the Bulls.
Poquette is Corzine. She's very bright. Oh, that's a bad pass.
Turner forces it into Corzine. Turner from long range. Bulls aren't taking good shots right now. Sellers gets his shot blocked, and the foul is called.
Well, he seemed to hit the ball, but I don't know where his other hand was. Let's watch it again. He went up there. Oh, he hit him. He hit him, no question.
Foul on Mel Turpin.
No question.
That's his second foul. And Brad Sellers, the first-round pick from Ohio State, goes to the free throw line. Spent his first 2 years at Wisconsin before transferring to Ohio State. Oakley is back in, and Michael Jordan also returned to the Bulls.
I happen to know Sellers quite well. He came to my basketball camp. He worked with him. He showed a lot of talent. People think he's skinny. Sure, he's thin, but nature will put on some of that weight.
Chicago leads 36-32 with 7:35 remaining in the first half. Bulls won the first game 94-89 and the second 108-92. Turpin on the pull-up. He's shooting the ball well. He's got 8 points off the bench.
He's bumping with Clausine. 2 molds of mountains.
Michael Jordan shakes free momentarily. He's guarded now by rookie Johnny Newman. Corzine gets in deep on Turpin.
Oh, what a play!
Using that big body.
Very good. Very good. Left-handed. Spun away from it. Beautiful play.
38-34 Chicago. Turpin's got the hot hand. He gets Corzine off his feet. Hits again. 2 big men are having a shootout, Red.
That's right. They're going after each other.
And Mike Lauerman spots the foul.
Well, people get that excited, but in actuality, Turpin has done that many times.
We've got a timeout with 6:39 remaining in the first half. The Chicago Bulls with a 2-point lead over Cleveland. Mel Proctor with Red Auerbach back at the Richfield Coliseum. The 2 big men, Corzine and Mel Turpin, are having a shootout. Here's Corzine with a nifty move, Red. Dave has 6 points, and Mel Turpin's hit all 5 of his shots. He has 10. Corzine's a former #1 pick of the Bullets. They traded him to San Antonio for a pair of #2 picks, and he really had his best years with the Spurs before coming to Chicago in 1982 in the Artis Gilmore trade.
Oh, he's a white-collar worker. He's a hard worker. You can't help but like him.
Sellers feeds Oakley.
That's what we were talking about, the bounce pass. I'm not against bounce passes, but you got to be very careful.
Ron Harper's back in the game for Cleveland, guarded by Jordan.
Corzine is all over him.
Hot Rod Williams trying to put a screen on Jordan. Harper feeds Turpin, who hasn't missed a shot, but he gets fouled.
Now, of course, Harper made that play by penetrating. He just penetrated right past there. He jumped in the air. He's got good hang time. He has good hang time. He's a fine basketball player. I'm very impressed.
Foul is on Michael Jordan. 38-37 Chicago.
I tell you, he also has those eyes, those competitive eyes. He comes to play.
Hot Rod Williams pushed off, and he's called for the foul. This program is authorized under rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the NBA is prohibited. We have 6:07 remaining in the second quarter here in Richfield, Ohio. The Chicago Bulls lead 38-37. Charles Oakley, Jordan open. They trapped him in the corner, and he goes into Oakley, trying to get it to Corzine. Oakley gets his shot blocked, but the foul is called on Mark West.
Well, Michael Jordan was starting to pass off because he's smart enough to see when they're double teaming him or triple teaming him that somebody's got to be open. And that's the only way you're going to win a ball game. Oakley is not a real good free throw shooter. He takes too long. He takes too long on the line, see? He has too much time to think. I mean, get the ball, look at it, and just shoot it. He's just playing around with it too long.
He makes 1 out of 2, and it's 39-37 Chicago. Mark Price, many people thought he'd be too small to play in the NBA. He's about 5'11". But Wayne Embry, the general manager here in Cleveland, says his greatest asset is his intensity. He never stopped working. Harper with a running one-hander. Beautiful shot.
That was a great play because he drove with his left hand and then switched hands and made the shot with it. Now, you know Jordan wants to get back at him now.
Score tied at 39.
They get that ball to Jordan.
Paxson going back door. Great pass from Charles Oakley.
What a play. Jordan made that play. See, they double-teamed him without the ball, and that's what happened. They got burned.
2-point lead for the Bulls with 5 minutes left in the half. Price off a screen by Williams. Rebound Oakley. Ahead to Corzine, looking for help. Tough pass to make, and they turn it over again. He tried to hit Paxson.
Well,
Oakley back on defense. Turpin. Jordan went airborne to block it, but couldn't get it. And the score is tied at 41.
There's an unwritten rule. When you're coming down on the break, don't put the ball into the hands of the big guys. That's an unwritten rule.
Trap on. Paxson produces a turnover. Harper's up with it.
Great play.
And he's out of control and gives it right back to Michael Jordan.
He got fancy. He heard the crowd and he tried to show his appreciation.
Oakley. And the Bulls are back on top, 43-41. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Charles Oakley has 7 points. Michael Jordan has 8. Mel Turpin leads all scorers with 13. And a foul on Jordan reaching in. Brad Doherty returns to the Cleveland lineup, replacing Mel Turpin. Second foul on Jordan.
Let's watch that. Oh, sure he did. He grabbed him with his left hand. He spun him around. Okay, that's a pretty good duel. Then Harper is kind of holding his own there.
Mark Price off the screen. This is the jump shot. Rebound Oakley. Good help from West on defense. Oakley looks into Jordan on the lob. He got behind Harper. Oh, what a shot. Michael Jordan with 10 points. Jordan has scored 40-plus points 17 times this year, and once he scored 50.
And that's when he makes a play like that, Harper didn't get perturbed.
Mark West on the slam. 45-43 Chicago. West has 6 points. Sellers forces a pass into Jordan, picked off by Harper. As around Oakley. Great extension on that shot.
All right, now watch. He's going to come back at it.
They're tied at 45, and a turnover by Jordan. Mark Price pushing it up. 4-on-3 situation. Jordan. Great pass by Rod Williams.
Oh, time. He did. He called the timeout.
And the Cavaliers have it rolling now. They're on their feet here in Richfield, Ohio, as Cleveland has taken a 47-45 lead over the Bulls. Mel Proctor with a Red Auerbach back in the Richfield Coliseum. Michael Jordan and Ron Harper going at it tonight, Red. Steal by Harper.
Steal by Harper. Now he goes the length of the floor. He's very fast, very quick. Now let's see what he does with this play. Goes all the way. They couldn't catch him.
He played at Miami of Ohio, and his nickname is Miami Ice because he's so cool.
He does. Like I said before, he doesn't get perturbed when Jordan. See, Jordan got him locked now. They should have gotten him the ball.
Oakley from the outside.
Somebody else has got to score. Michael Jordan's got to realize that. He's not going to get 100.
Do the Bulls rely on him too much, Red?
Oh, sure.
They need more balance in their offense.
Well, every time they double team him, he's got to give it up.
Doherty around Bradville Waiters, who blocked his shot. Oakley clears it off to Jordan, and they turn it over again. The Bulls are really committing a rash of turnovers.
Well, that's what we're talking about. The break, they're not running the break properly. Neither team is.
At the half, Charlie Neal will bring his scores, highlights, and news from around the league, plus a Chalk Talk with Lenny Wilkins, all coming up at halftime. We have less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Mark Price loses Paxson on a screen. He is quick. And it's out of bounds off Ron Harper of Cleveland.
Well, at the beginning of the ball game, we said it's going to go down the wire, and it looks that way right now. Both teams are getting these spurts.
Minute and a half remaining in the first half. Michael Jordan, who has 10 points.
One-on-one.
Foul off the ball. Mark West was caught holding Charles Oakley. John Bagley's back in for the Cavs. The second foul on West. And the Cavaliers are over the limit, so Oakley will be shooting 2 free throws. Charles Oakley, the Division II Player of the Year at Virginia Union.
I was just watching Harper. You know, he shows no expression on his face at all. He just goes out, works hard.
Elston Turner and Gene Banks are back in for the Bulls, replacing Michael Jordan and Sellers. Bulls lead by 1, 48-47. Michael Jordan with only 10 points has been relatively quiet this first half, thanks to Ron Harper.
As a matter of fact, he just went out of the game, and he didn't feel like he wanted to come out.
Bulls lead by 2 as Paxson pressures Bagley. Shot clock down to 10 seconds.
Okay, there's a lot of contact, a lot of holding and pushing without the ball.
Foul is on Gene Banks. That's the 4th team foul on Chicago. We have 1:16 remaining in the first half. We're waiting as Mike Lauerman tells one of our cameramen to move back a couple of feet. I think our cameraman almost got a technical foul for arguing.
Yeah, he didn't want to move.
He said, I have the offensive position. I want to stay here. Bagley. He ties it at 49.
He hung in there. Guy 6 feet, jumped that high.
Less than a minute remaining in the first half as Waiter screens for John Paxson. He loses Bagley on the pick. Bulls are back on top, 51-49.
It seems there are a lot of duels in this game.
A lot of one-on-one confrontation.
Yes, Bagley and Paxson and Harper and Jordan and all that.
Harper tips it to Bagley, and Harper is open for the 15-footer. The rookie from Miami of Ohio has 12 points. 24 seconds left, and a 20-second timeout is taken by the Chicago Bulls. Cleveland feels, Red, that Ron Harper can improve in 2 areas, his shot selection and also by reducing his turnovers.
Well, but you're going to make turnovers. You're going to make turnovers if you're going to run. And Harper, as you can see out there, likes to run. And I'm not totally sure that the rest of that Cleveland ball club really wants to run with him. And I think that's going to hurt him. But it's really a funny thing with this duel between Jordan and Harper. And it is a duel, whether they'll admit it or not. They're both watching what they score and what they do.
Michael Jordan is back in for the final 23 seconds. Cleveland shot just 38% in the first quarter. They're shooting 75% in the second period, hitting 15 of 20 shots. They've had 8 shots from the outside, and 7 have come from the inside.
I told you he didn't like to come out at that point.
He said, Doug, put me back in. You would expect them to go to Jordan here. The shot clock down to 15 seconds.
Yeah, I think they will. There it is.
Jordan going baseline, knocked away by Harper. Great play. What quick hand. 5 seconds left. The ball stripped away, and it's off one of the Bulls out of bounds with 3 seconds remaining. Elston Turner, the defensive specialist, is in, replacing Michael Jordan. He'll be on Harper, I'm sure. And now Cleveland will call a 20-second timeout to set up a play.
Well, it's just a psychological thing. They want to get that lead going in at halftime.
Lenny Wilkins, in his 14th year as a head coach in the NBA. Great player with the Hawks and the Sonics. Spent a couple of years here in Cleveland and a 15-year playing career. And at one time was a player coach with Seattle.
That's right. You know what he did when he went to Providence? He was actually a poor shooter. And he didn't go that high in the draft because of that. But he worked very, very hard. And I've always admired him for it until he became not an adequate shooter, but a darn good shooter. And just through hard work, he did it. And I'm sure he uses the same technique with his own ball club.
Remember, coming up at halftime, Charlie Neal with a Prudential update. He'll have highlights, scores, news from the NBA. The Atlanta Hawks made a move today, signing veteran guard Gus Williams. Final seconds of the game, and Mike Lauerman says that he's out of bounds, so it'll be Chicago's ball. They'll have the last crack at it with 2 seconds remaining. And Jordan is back in.
If he wanted to get it at mid-court.
Michael Jordan can't get off a shot. That'll bring the first half to an end. So at the end of the first half from the Richfield Coliseum, scores tied. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers 51 and the Chicago Bulls 51. Let's go now to Charlie Neal in Atlanta. We've seen a pretty good matchup between rookie Ron Harper and Michael Jordan, the leading scorer in the league. Harper's been compared favorably to Jordan and Julius Erving, and he said, you know, that's great to be compared to players like that. Flattering, but he said, I'd just like to be a good Ron Harper.
I don't blame him. I think that kid could stand on his own. I've been very impressed with him. Everybody thought that it was just one of those things that the kid's trying to make good and emulate Jordan, but he's good by himself. He does a lot of things out there.
Well, speaking of doing a lot of things, we talk about our efficiency rating, and Harper's efficiency rating in this game is 16. Michael Jordan's is 6. That's because Harper has contributed in so many other ways. Not only has he outscored Michael Jordan 12-10, but he has 4 rebounds, 4 steals, and an assist.
Well, there's no question about that, but if you could judge ball players by what they do in one half of a ball game, you know, it's pretty sad. You can't. You know, come to think of it, I'd like to mention this about, before we go into the statistics, I'd like to mention this about Jordan. Sometimes when you get a chance, if you could see it on TV or see him in person, he's got tremendous hands. Strong, big-fingered, long arms, and big hands. Look at the size of it, just like Dr. J. And that's part of the secret of that man.
That's also part of Ron Harper's secret. He has very long arms and huge hands, much like Jordan. So the teams are tied 51 all as we get ready to go with the second half of play. You saw the statistics. Both teams shooting well, 52% each.
But yet there's nothing really unusual in this game other than one-on-one. I think this half they're going to run. I really do. I think this half they're going to run and they're going to take chances.
Oakley with 11. Michael Jordan has 10. Mel Turpin came off the bench to score 13 points for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He hit all 6 shots he took from the floor. And Harper has 12. Ron Harper was the 8th selection overall in the NBA draft, the all-time scoring leader in the Mid-American Conference. He was also the 2nd all-time rebounder in that conference, trailing only Nate Thurmond, who had some great years in the NBA. And Harper is much shorter than Thurmond was. He was 6'11".
Thurmond was 6'11" in the days when 6'11" was an unusual giant.
The Cavaliers open the second half with John Bagley and Ron Harper in the backcourt. Brad Daugherty at center, Phil Hubbard and Hot Rod Williams at the forwards. This is Hot Rod Williams. He got off to a great start this year, but he's been in a slump lately. Harper on the miss. And it's tipped out of bounds by Chicago. The Bulls open with John Paxson, Michael Jordan, Charles Oakley, Brad Sellers, and Earl Curitin. Phil Hubbard slips inside. And the Cavaliers take the lead.
He does that very well. If you watch him, he's driven to the basket about 4 times today. That's more than most guys do in a whole ball game.
Bagley guarding Paxson. Jordan against Harper. Same matchup. Sellers gets around Brad Daugherty, but Daugherty claims the rebound. John Bagley, the #1 pick of the Cavaliers. A lot of teams were surprised when they picked him #1. That's an offensive foul.
He caught him. He caught him.
That's his first foul.
That's his first team foul.
Michael Jordan was 5 for 10 from the floor in the first half.
Michael Jordan is just standing on the outside. There's another offensive foul on Paxson, pushing the man off to get position. I don't understand what Chicago is doing there, isolating 4 guys just standing around watching a one-on-one situation.
Bagley into Daugherty. Double team on Daugherty. He takes the sweeping hook and is called for traveling. Mike Larman and Hugh Hollins are our officials tonight.
I'll tell you, let's see what they do coming down. You see, Paxson's got the ball. Michael Jordan, he's inside now. So now he's going into the corner.
Off the switch. Michael Jordan from the outside. He's got 12 points.
I'm sure they're keeping track. He's got 12 and Harper's got 11.
Harper's.
And when you put a guy like Harper in Michael Jordan's class, that's something.
Doherty is fouled by Brad Sellers. And Doherty's upset at himself for missing that shot. That's the third foul on Sellers.
Well, he kind of overpowers Sellers. Sellers supposed to be 7 foot, and Doherty's supposed to be about 7 foot. He must have grown since he left North Carolina.
Read two of the criticisms of Doherty by some of the scouts were, number one, that he was a soft player, and secondly, that they weren't sure which position he would play. They weren't sure that he was a center, even though he was 7 feet tall. And Wayne Embry, the Cavaliers general manager, says, yeah, he's mean, he's tough, he likes to bang, he's anything but soft, and we feel he is a center.
Oh, I agree. I think he's a center, but he can also play forward. He's a good basketball player. I liked him, and everybody knew I liked him.
Cleveland leads by 1. Sellers likes to put it up from the outside. It's a very good outside shot. Bulls regain the lead. They pound it into Doherty over 2 Bulls. Doherty on the follow.
Oh, he's soft. He wasn't soft that time. He really showed a lot of intensity going after that ball. He kept at it.
Phil Hubbard gets credit for that basket rather than Doherty, and it's 56-55 Cleveland. Paxson looking for Michael Jordan. Oakley is open. He's been shooting well from the outside tonight. He hit 4 of 8 shots in the first half.
Well, that's what Chicago's got to do. They've got to move that ball around because they're zeroing in on Jordan. Sometimes people don't realize that Jordan doesn't score that many points. They don't realize that occasionally so many men.
Doherty scores for Cleveland, and he got fouled.
You can't give a man with talent the position that close under the basket. There's no way you could stop him.
Foul is on Earl Curidan. 3-point play for Brad Doherty, the 7-foot rookie from North Carolina, who his pick was acquired from the Philadelphia 76ers. The Cavs sent Roy Hinson to Philadelphia in that deal. Jordan slips inside.
Quick hands. He had Harper really boxed in. See, Michael Jordan is very strong. Now they're going after each other.
Score tied 59 all, 8:52 remaining in the third quarter.
I don't know why they're both getting the pivot that much.
7 seconds to shoot. 7
Watch
seconds.
Jordan and Harper.
They're going after each other. He got by him.
Cavaliers timeout.
And we've got a timeout with 8:44 remaining in the third quarter. It's Chicago 59 and Cleveland 59. Neal and Rick Berry will bring you that game.
See, that's a mistake there. That's a mistake.
Charging foul on Michael Jordan.
Oh, he knew it. You see, when Ron Harper took that shot and went after the ball himself, Michael Jordan beat him down. It just was an unfortunate situation, but he had him really good.
Cleveland attempting to take the lead. Hubbard to Harper. He's got a step on Michael Jordan. Good help by Sellers on defense. Doherty. And Oakley's got his 11th rebound as he clears it out to John Paxson. Michael Jordan. Beautiful feed to Curidan.
That's what we were talking about. When they double team him, you dish it off. You get a lot of points.
And the Bulls lead by 2 with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. They're going to Doherty, and he misses the dunk.
There you go again. What we were talking about. Make it nice and easy. He's way up there. He didn't have to do it for the crowd.
7:44 left in the third quarter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. The Bulls are going to have to pull one up soon.
He's going to do this time shot.
Ball stripped away by Bagley. 1 second on the shot clock. The shot is blocked, so it's a 24-second violation.
You see, you don't stop playing. So there he goes, trying to really emphasize the dunk. You got it done. Just do it easy. You don't have to be that tough.
Still counts 2 points, regardless of how hard you slam it down.
Sometimes they do it to stimulate the crowd. There's one-on-one again. He likes to go left.
What a move by Harper.
Nice move.
One reason Michael Jordan maybe not be scoring as many points as he normally does because he's having to play some defense tonight on Harper.
Well, that's a very good point. That's true. When you work hard on defense, it affects your offense.
Oakley muscling it inside. Hot Rod Williams throws it out to Harper. A 2-on-1 against Paxson. Doherty scores.
Hey, Michael Jordan, an old fan, has loafed on that play. He loafed on that play.
Got a technical foul.
What was that for? Hanging on the rim?
It's the second delay of game violation by Cleveland.
Good
they
call.
Were warned earlier of the second violation, so it is a technical foul, although Lenny Wilkins doesn't think so.
Well, it's a good call. They did delay the game.
Paxson, an 89% free throw shooter. Dave Corzine replaces Brad Sellers for Chicago. No, it's Curran who comes out. Sellers will stay in. And Chicago will have the ball. Cleveland leading 63-62. Corzine played very well in the first half. 6:47 left in the third period. Sellers to Corzine.
I tell you, they're concentrating so much on Jordan out there in Paxson that these other guys are absolutely free.
Harper with a great move, and he gets fouled. Boy, he is quick and elusive around that baseline.
He certainly is. And he can go equally well with both hands. I think, as a matter of fact, although he's right-handed, he prefers going left.
Foul was on Dave Corzine, his second. Bulls have 3 team fouls. The Cavaliers have none. Ron Harper with 14 points and 3 assists. Second-team All-American selection last year at Miami of Ohio. The same school that Wayne Embry attended.
The whale.
Is that what they called him when he played?
That's right. He'd lose a lot of weight from 290 to about 250.
Michael Jordan, 16 points. And the Bulls lead 66-63.
Notice how they're giving Hubbard room?
Doherty draws the crowd, forces the shot, and he got fouled.
Hey, he's getting good position in there. You're absolutely right. He is a tough kid.
Second foul on John Paxson and team foul number 4.
Of course, a true indication of how tough a guy is how he does on the road. Anybody can be tough at home. But I'm not saying that knocking Doherty by any means, because I haven't seen him on the road. But he doesn't impress me as being anything but tough. Tough kid.
2-point lead for the Bulls with 5:48 left in the third quarter as Bagley pressures John Paxson. Michael Jordan comes off a baseline pick. Corzine on the tip, can't get it to drop. Look at Doherty in there banging.
Oh, that's the start of a break.
Watch Harper. Goaltending. Score the basket for Ron Harper, who has 16 points. Been a draw so far between Michael Jordan and Harper in terms of points. Goaltending called on Jordan. They each have 16 points, and the score's tied 66 all. Cleveland in a trap now as they trap Corzine along the baseline. He somehow gets it to Jordan. It counts. And a foul. Foul on Brad Doherty.
Well, those great scorers, they find 1,000 ways to make baskets. Now, he was standing in there. They could have called a 3-second violation or whatever. And the ball just fell into his hands.
Michael Jordan, who scored 40 or more points in 14 of his last 18 games. He scored better than 40 in each of the first 2 games against Cleveland, 43 and 41.
I don't think he's going to do it tonight.
Nope, he's only got 19.
Because just like you said, he's working hard on defense.
Corzine sagging off Doherty. Harper draws Jordan out. Nice pick. Corzine using his strength, wrestles it away from 2 Cavaliers.
Yeah, but you see how Jordan beat him down?
Oakley.
You see, when Harper goes to that hoop and he doesn't make the shot, Jordan takes off. And Harper goes after the ball, and Jordan's down there by himself. They didn't see him that time.
Chicago leads by 5, and we've got a foul off the ball.
Foul on number 6.
On Brad Sellers in Chicago. There's Wayne Embry.
He looks like a bank president.
Earl Cureton, number 25, back in the game.
He's got a great basketball mind. He does a fine job.
Rod Williams shooting 2.
He backed up Bill Russell at one time on some of your teams.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He was a fine player in his own right. He had some great years with the Cincinnati Royals.
Yeah, yeah. He played with Oscar Robinson, Jerry Lucas way back. Good center.
Hot Rod Williams makes 1 out of 2, and Chicago leads 71-67 with 4.5 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Mel Proctor with Red Auerbach bringing you the action from Richfield, Ohio. Good crowd here tonight to watch Michael Jordan, the league's leading scorer, operate against Ron Harper. They've had quite a battle tonight. Now it's Jordan's turn. He's beginning to heat up. He's got 21.
Well, maybe it's a little stamina. Maybe he's got more stamina than Harper.
John Bagley penetrates. Beautiful reverse layup by Bagley. 73-69.
All by himself.
Jordan feels it now. He's got the hot hand. Corzine left free. That's his favorite shot. The top of the circle. Big man from DePaul, a great collegiate hero in Chicago. There was a lot of pressure on him when he came back to play for the Bulls. 3-pointer by Bagley. Nope, passes it up. And settles for 2. 75-71 Chicago.
You know, this is one of these few games I've seen where I don't recall a 3-pointer being attempted.
You're right. Oakley open again, filling it up from the outside, but not this time. Bagley wanted to throw long to Harper. Hot Rod Williams. He has 7 points tonight. He's averaging 15 a game. He's the 2nd leading scorer on this team. Chicago's lead is cut to 2. Corzine screens for Paxson.
Nobody's under the board. That's lazy basketball.
Harper over Jordan. The ball slips out of his hand.
There it is.
Paxson to Cureton. Earl the Twirl Cureton, former draft pick of the 76ers.
Real fast break. One of the few we've seen all night.
Bulls lead by 4. 2:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Hey, he keeps moving.
Off Doherty's pick, he loses Jordan. Jordan didn't bother to fight through the screen.
No, he sure didn't. Well, he's been going to the hoop most of the time, and Jordan thought he'd take a shot.
Hubbard pressuring Oakley. Doherty moves out on Corzine.
There it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
No one there to rebound again. No one going to the offensive board.
Well, Bagley's getting all these rebounds.
And he's 5'11". Now Jordan's guarding Bagley. Paxson got shot on Harper. Doherty inside with a hook. Brad Doherty with 13 points, and we're tied 77 all. Doherty played well tonight, Red.
He has. He works on defense. He's smart. You know, you play for Dean Smith, you gotta be awful stupid not to become a good ball player.
Oakley throws up an air ball, and here come the Cavaliers. Doherty from Bagley with a windmill slam. And Cleveland has taken the lead. Look at Harper go after the steal. And the foul.
Chicago. There's timeout.
Harper may be shaken up.
I don't think so.
I think he's more frustrated than anything else.
No. He's just playing to the crowd.
We've got a timeout with a minute 13 remaining in the third quarter. Cleveland leads 79-77. Mel Proctor with the Red Auerbach back at the Richfield Coliseum. The young Cleveland Cavaliers, the youngest team in the league with 5 rookies. They start 3 of them. We've seen all of them tonight. Williams, Doherty, Harper, of course, has played extremely well.
Well, Mel, you know, they're not rookies anymore. They've played the equivalent of a college season.
Here's one of the rookies, Brad Doherty on the slam. The Cavalier rookies were talking about that, Red. They said they played 31 games, the equivalent of a college season, and they're feeling a little fatigued right now. It's a big adjustment for them.
That may well be.
Harper again. Ron Harper with 20 points. And Cleveland leads 81-77. He is exciting. Sedale Threet in the game at guard now for Chicago into Gene Banks. And he's called for foul.
He was surprised when he made the turn that his defensive man wasn't there, and he just walked with the ball.
Cleveland has outscored Chicago 8-0 on this run. Mark West, 41, is in the game for the Cavaliers. Turpin also in. But it's Harper against Elston Turner, an excellent defensive player. Banks with the rebound.
I think in this game I've seen less offensive rebounds than many a game.
Banks gets Howard Williams off his feet, draws the foul.
Did you notice that there's very few offensive rebounds, and yet they're not breaking to the point where you're afraid to go on the offensive board.
Third foul on Williams. Both teams are over the limit. Gene Banks, a great high school star in Philadelphia. Played at West Philadelphia High School. His nickname was Tinkerbell. He and Lewis Lloyd of Houston played in the same high school league and used to have some great battles. Lloyd played at famed Overbrook High School. There's Johnny Newman, one of the Cleveland rookies. (81-79) Cleveland. 16 seconds left in the quarter. Threet pressuring John Bagley. They go into Mark West. 4 seconds left. Bagley. John Bagley connects. 2 seconds left. Corzine wants to throw it long. Sedale Threet, and they can't get off the shot in time. That's the end of the third quarter from Richfield, Ohio, with the score. The Cleveland Cavaliers 83 and the Chicago Bulls 79. Years if you came to this building, you'd see very sparse crowds, but you think back to the early 70s, they had some great teams here with Austin Carr and Bingo Smith and Jim Jones and Jim Brewer, and they used to pack this building.
Well, they've got a very interesting team now, and I think the fans here in Cleveland respect them for it. Not only are they young, but they're talented. And incidentally, you notice Bagley hitting those outside shots. I've got to give him an awful lot of credit. He must have worked very hard last summer.
See, both teams are shooting well in this game as Cleveland leads 83-79 as we start the fourth quarter. Sedale Threet against John Bagley. This is Elston Turner. Brad Sellers puts it up under pressure. Rebound to Mark West. Cavaliers have Bagley and Johnny Newman, Hot Rod Williams, Mel Turpin, and Mark West on the floor. Johnny Newman, the rookie from Richmond. And a hand-checking foul is called on Elston Turner of Chicago.
Foul number 21, Elston Turner.
His second foul.
That's his second team.
Yeah, you ever watch these guys fall down? It's really funny. They practice it. Nobody touches them and they fall down. They practice how to fall.
Turpin loses the handle. Gene Banks flips it, but Bagley picks it off. Johnny Newman. Was almost a three-pointer. Crowd of 12,151 here at the Coliseum tonight. And they see their Cavaliers leading by 6. Sedale Threet scores in Chicago. After that fast start, an 8-11 start, which is a good start for this Cleveland team in light of the recent records, they've slumped a bit. They've lost 9 of their last 14 and dropped their last 3.
Well, a lot of that depends on the schedule. how many of those games are at home and how many are away. You know, because don't anything fool you. You're still an advantage to play at home.
Mark West is called for traveling. Banks. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Corzine around Turpin. Not much quickness in that matchup, and it's blocked by Mark West.
That was like a truck.
Bagley feeds Newman. A lot of contact and no foul call. He and Banks really collided. Shadell Green, a great fake. Faked the pass to Sellers and took it inside.
I thought he walked. But it really was good play. You know, while he faked, he was running.
Bagley is open. He nails it to the outside to put the Cavaliers up by 4. Here comes Street. Somebody better pick him up. Sellers is open. It was Street's penetration which made that play, Red.
That's right. They dropped off on him and he threw it back out. It's only a 2-point game now.
Conrad Williams, Bagley, former #1 pick out of Boston College. They go into Turpin. Rebound taken down by Turner ahead to 3. The Bulls trying to pick up the pace. And Sellers travels.
He knows it. There he comes. Now watch it. See that double step? That was a walk. That was the play before.
You're sounding more and more like an official every day.
Heaven forbid.
In your next life, you'll come back as an NBA official.
No way.
Bagley on the miss. Turner, one of the better rebounding guards in the league. Street with a lead pass to Sellers, and Turpin fouls him.
No, that's a foul.
Bill Hubbard and Ron Harper back in the game for the Cavaliers, replacing Hot Rod Williams and Johnny Newman. No doubt about it, a foul. Got him on the arm. Brad Sellers, the Bulls' first pick, 9th selection overall in the draft. Had his problems early, was late to practice, missed a flight, was suspended and fined, and he said, I'm going to start all over in 1987. It's a new year, and I'm going to have a great second half, and he's done that so far. He had 27 points Saturday night against Detroit.
Well, sometimes it takes these kids a while to realize that in professional sports, management, including coaches, don't cater to you like they did in college. And it's time you grew up. You know, for that kind of money, you got to grow up.
Chris Westbrook in Golden State is another rookie who's had some problems finding his alarm clock this year. Harper around Elston Turner. What a move!
He just threw it up soft. You notice he's going left side about 3-to-1 or more relative to the right side.
Elston Turner. West may have gotten away with a push-off. Here come the Cavaliers with Bagley leading the break. On the pull-up. Michael Jordan.
Now, let's see the break. Let's see the break.
Michael Jordan. Bagley has 23. Ron Harper has 22 for Cleveland, and the score's tied 89-all.
Well, we discussed at the beginning of the game that this was going to be a toughie right down the wire.
Holding foul is called on Shadell Green, and he and Bagley are exchanging words. Hugh Holland steps between them.
Well, Bagley, he won't back off, and neither will Street.
15 seconds. Timeout, Chicago Bulls timeout.
Michael Jordan scoring off the fast break to tie the score at 89, and we've got a timeout with 8:07 remaining in the game. It's all tied up here in Richfield, Ohio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use your Visa or MasterCard. Mark Price is in the game now for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The score tied at 89.
Why he holds the ball that long.
Harper against Jordan, and a foul called on Michael Jordan. That'll be his 4th.
It's not a shooting foul. He takes it out. I would say this. Now's the time of the game where the coaches play a very important role relative to their substitution move.
Price against three, goes into Mark West. Rebounded Charles Oakley. The Bulls try to take the lead.
Now they're looking for Jordan. Where is Jordan? This is crunch time.
Jordan's had an off night, Red. He only has 25. It's a poor night for him.
Now he's going inside. And he'll draw a crowd. Now he'll pass it. Wait. He tried it anyway.
Price tries to save it. And he's out of bounds. The 24-second clock expired. And Cleveland's arguing it's a 24-second violation. That's what Lenny Wilkins is saying.
Unless he was out of bounds.
And it is. Hugh Hollins says, yes, it's a 24-second violation. Doug Collins doesn't seem
Doug
to
Collins
accept.
knew it. He knew it. He accepted it. He's got a lot of class. I think he's going to be an excellent coach.
Sealing just about even. The starters scoring about the same. And same type of contributions off the bench for both teams. Harper against Jordan, who has 4 fouls.
That was a bad play.
And a foul is called on Mark West in Cleveland.
Did you notice that Harper went left again? See, he could shoot either left or right, and he could go either left or right. But he'll go to his left at least 3 out of 4 times.
Brad Doherty and Hot Rod Williams are back in for the Cavaliers.
Oh, now's the crunch time. Now it's practically all the first stringers are in.
Cavaliers have a lot of depth on the front line. Brad, they got a lot of people they can use interchangeably.
Sellers should have gone in when they double-teamed him out there.
Brad Sellers with a hanging jumper following the miss, and it's out of bounds off Ron Harper of Cleveland. Lenny Wilkins talking about going to his left. When Lenny played, he went to his left all the time, but no one could stop him.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He learned left a while. That's what made him so great. He changed his...
Michael Jordan misses a layup. Corzine with a rebound, and he got fouled.
Lenny Wilkins changed his game where he could go right and did go right. And he had a great first step.
4th foul on Phil Hubbard. 6.5 remaining in the game. Jordan posting up on Harper. Helps defensively from Doherty, and Sellers puts it out. Oakley inside. And Brad Doherty fouled him. Charles Oakley has 15 rebounds tonight, Red. Last year he had 26 in one game, the high in the NBA last year.
Well, he's got a nose for the ball, and he's got the body to go get it. He went way up on that play. He went way up. And like I said, I don't believe there's that many offensive rebounds tonight.
Score tied 89 all. Neither team has scored in the last minute or so. Oakley unable to put it down. Charles Oakley was originally drafted by Cleveland and then traded to the Bulls in a prearranged deal.
See how long it takes to shoot that ball?
Missed them both. Still tied at 89.
Oh, now they're all standing out. They're going one-on-one.
Price on the scoop. And the rebound for Oakley is 16. Michael Jordan. He's got 25
when you need
points.
A basket, give it to the boy.
Bulls by 2. Harper back.
Go in the middle.
Jordan. Good job on the boards in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Both Oakley and Corzine.
Well, both teams are generally. They're not giving any offensive rebounds up.
Paxson looking for Michael Jordan. There's Corzine with a rebound, but he lost his footing. Gets it out to Paxson. Sellers. And Sellers crashing the boards, commits the foul.
Foul is number 6, Brad Sellers.
Brad, we saw Cleveland the last time down the floor set up in that isolation play where they cleared 2 men off and run a little 3-man game. More and more teams are going to that lately. What do you think of it?
Well, they're trying to force a call for illegal defense or trying to set up at the same time a pick and roll.
All right, Red, we'll get back to that point. Right now we'll break away with 5:36 left in the game. Wow, that is a surprise. 118-86 over the Atlanta Hawks, who entered that game with a 22-7 record.
I'll tell you, anything can happen today.
The Knicks have been playing well since they fired Hubie Brown and elevated the assistant Bob Hill.
Well, they're loose now. They figure they make a mistake, and it's not the end of the world.
Here in Richfield, Ohio, the
Here's a
Chicago
little
Bulls
of that.
lead by
Here's a
2.
little of that isolation.
Trying to get your comments on that. What do you think of it?
I think it's terrible. I think they don't do something, they're going to drive people out of the thing.
Phil Hubbard scores and he's fouled. You say it's terrible. Is that because you're saying it's just boring to watch?
Well, I think it's smart basketball. And if you win, it's not terrible.
You're changing your tune a little bit.
No, I'm not. If you win, it's not terrible. But if you have to watch it and get beat and have 3 men standing around with their hands on their hips looking, that's terrible.
So it's fun if it works, and it's not fun if you lose employing that type of offense.
You know, it's like the old days. You get a coach that used to hold the ball. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But if he won, oh, he's a hero.
92-91 Cleveland. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan forcing it. He got whacked. No foul call. Mark Price leading the fast break. Somebody picked him up.
No.
That's basket interference. No basket.
What a dumb play. That ball was going in. The ball was going in. Lenny Wilkins is standing over there grinning unhappily.
Doherty interfered with
What
it.
do I do now?
That cost the Cavaliers a basket, and it's 92-91 Cleveland. 4:40 left.
There's a one-on-one. One-on-one.
Look at Harper with those quick hands. He almost had a steal. And he knocks it away again. He's given Michael Jordan fits, and he forced the Bulls into a turnover. And the fans are on their feet applauding the defense of Ron Harper.
He works hard. And you know the funny part about it? He doesn't look like he's sweating. I don't understand it.
Here comes Harper off the screen. He completely lost Jordan. Hot Rod Williams. Oakley with a rebound. What a job he's done on the boards tonight. Michael Jordan time. Oakley. Good help from Doherty, and he slapped the shot away. Cleveland's ball. They lead by 1 with 4:03 left. Let's watch Ron Harper.
He's playing him tight. He's got the quick hands. He got the ball, no foul. And Cleveland came up with it.
It's one of the better defensive jobs I've seen against Michael Jordan. Harper into Doherty.
Yeah, it sure is. He only got 25.
Rebound Banks. Cleveland with a 1-point lead. 3:40 left in the fourth quarter. Harper sags off Jordan, and he nails the outside shot. Got 27 now.
You imagine a guy doing a great defensive job, and a guy gets 27. What talent.
Chicago leads by 1. And what's this called? An offensive foul by Mike is called by Mike Lauerman. It's against Phil Hubbard. That's his 5th foul.
He has a habit of doing things like that in crunch time. Now it's 3.5 minutes to go. Now let's see what strategy will come out in this ball game.
Corzine with 8 on the shot clock. Gene Banks driving hard. And the Bulls lead by 3. 95-92 Chicago. 3 minutes left.
Now, if they try to do it by themselves, you know, without... Look at the 4 guys standing around, one-on-one. 4 guys standing around.
Harper misses. Hubbard with a rebound. And a foul.
Well, I've got to give that boy credit. 4 guys were standing around, and then all of a sudden, Hubbard went in.
Foul was on Dave Corzine. That's his 3rd. The Bulls are over the limit, so 2 free throws coming up for Phil Hubbard.
See, that's what we were talking about with the standing around and one guy making a play. Normally, you can't win that way. You know, sometimes you can, but normally you can't.
Phil Hubbard, the 7-year runner of Michigan, connects on the first. Bagley replaces Mark Price at guard for Cleveland. Hubbard is from Ohio originally. He was the high school player of the year in this state in 1975, playing for McKinley Kent and went to Michigan and was drafted by the Pistons on the first round. Now back in his home state, he's cut Chicago's lead to 1.
All right, 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Do you play it slow or do you take a shot quick? Well, they're being quite deliberate.
If you're Chicago, you go by past history, get it to Michael Jordan. Paxson. John Johnson drills it from the
Gene
outside.
Banks got away with the walk.
Bulls lead by 3. 2:20 remaining. Bagley off a screen by Doherty over Corzine. Once Corzine gets his hands on that basketball, you can forget about
All right,
getting it.
now they're going to hold it up. It's 2 minutes and 11 seconds. They're going to hold it up for about 15 seconds at least.
Entry pass to Jordan. There's Harper with a hand in there. Looks like he may have gotten the ball, but a foul is called.
No, he had his arm.
Fourth foul on Harper. Beg your pardon, third foul on Harper. Yep, right on the arm. Michael Jordan has shot only 1 free throw tonight. He's 1 for 1.
Now, if he makes these, it puts him up by 5. Well, it won't either.
Cleveland will call a timeout. So with 2:01 remaining in the fourth quarter here at the Richfield Coliseum, we've got a tight one with the Chicago Bulls leading the Cleveland Cavaliers by 3.
Unless the guy keeps himself in shape. Because I don't believe they should have fun doing it. They should do it if they still have skills, not if they're big and fat.
Good. Are you going to coach in the Legends game?
Not this year. No.
A 3-point lead for the Chicago Bulls. 1:55 left as Michael Jordan has 2 free throws. Hot Rod Williams is open. Corzine's in there banging bodies around. So is Doherty, and Gene Banks winds up with
Eddie Wilkins was really upset because he thought Doherty got fouled, and I did too.
1.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Chicago by 3.
Well, they're running the clock. They're running the clock.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Cavaliers have gone cold. Their last field goal came at the 5:14 mark. It's been almost 4 minutes since they've scored a basket. Banks underneath to Paxson, but Banks stepped over the end line, and Chicago turns it over.
Dumb play.
Stay with us at the end of tonight's game. Charlie Neal will wrap
All right,
up
here
the
it
day
is.
of the
Here's
NBA.
the key play. Let's get down here. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. You're 3 points behind. What do? I think they're taking too much time.
Hot Rod Williams forcing it inside and draws the foul. He's lucky he wasn't called for an offensive foul.
Yes, he was. But at least he must have heard us because he went and made that move real quick. But your seconds become so important later. Why waste them now by standing around looking?
Number 23,
Michael Jordan is charged with his 5th foul. 2 free throws for Hot Rod Williams. Earlier this year, the Cavaliers had beat the Boston Celtics, and Casey Jones was interviewed after the game and was asked who he'd compare Hot Rod Williams to, and he said, Akeem Olajuwon.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Really, Hot Rod had played well that game.
Oh, well, you're talking about performance. I thought you meant all-around skill.
2-point
A minute
lead
to
for
go.
the Bulls.
A minute
1
to go.
left. Corzine looking for Jordan. They've got caught in a switch. Hot Rod
5
Williams is
seconds
guarding
left.
Jordan, a big man against the smaller man. Jordan can't convert it. The 24-second violation, and Cleveland will have the ball with a chance to tie it. 49 seconds left.
Now, what they've got to do now is make a play quickly. Because if they don't score, they'll get the ball back. Now they're not doing that. See?
Ron Harper off Doherty's screen. Jordan staying with him. Corzine helping out as well. Forced shot. Jordan has the rebound.
See, they should have even made the play quicker. Because they could practically run out the clock now. But you can't foul them because you're still going to get the ball back. You've got to contain them, but don't foul them.
8 seconds left in the shot clock. Let's see the time remaining in the game. Paxson. Oh, a pressure shot by the ball game. Gives Chicago a 4-point lead with 12 seconds left. Go inside to Doherty. Corzine on the rebound. And the Bulls will take this one and take a 3-0 lead in the season series. The Cleveland Cavaliers went cold at crunch time and made just one of their last 6 shots. Final score tonight from the Richfield Coliseum. It's the Chicago Bulls 99 and the Cleveland Cavaliers 95. We'll be right back.